I always say like when I'm talking to people, I'm like, YouTube is the best thing I ever did for my career.
Yep.
It's the most fulfilling, rewarding, satisfying. It's like my baby. It really is. It's been like the most incredible thing I've ever done for my career.
I'm Susan Yara, and welcome to My Life Online. We're going to have a lot of fun and learn a lot together. Today's episode is actually a bonus episode because I am joined by my bestie and also my sometimes makeup artist. She's sometimes now because she is a content creator. She has a really fast-growing YouTube channel where she shares such valuable information when it comes to makeup and products and just her life in general. I feel like it is such a great channel. If you have not subscribed to it, definitely go find her there and also on Instagram and on TikTok. She's joining us today to just talk about her journey and where she's come, the things she's learned. And I think it's valuable information for anybody that might want to be a YouTuber. All right, Nikki, we already did one episode where we were like gushing and we were catching up with each other and doing all that. And then the whole episode was about some of your best tips and tricks for people to elevate their makeup just to look classically beautiful. This episode, though, is all about becoming a content creator, mostly a YouTuber. And, you know, like I say content creator because we obviously all have other forms of social media, Instagram, TikTok, all of that.
Right.
But I feel like your main form of social media where you've built a community basically is YouTube. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah. So I would love to hear, I mean, it's been like 2 years of going hard or longer?
3 years.
3 years of going hard, you feel like?
Well, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Going hard. Okay. So,
we'll get into that.
It's been about 3 years of going really hard.
3 years total.
Of like being a true YouTuber, like really committing to it.
Dedicated.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. God, I can't believe how fast that has gone by. 3 years.
You and me both.
Anyway, I feel like even though you were in this like world where with me, like where we were producing and watching behind the scenes and doing all of that stuff, I feel like now that you've gone through your own experience and you've truly grown a dedicated YouTube channel where you have this real community, you've probably learned a lot. And the question that I get from a lot of people is, it's such a loaded question too. How do you become a content creator?
Yes.
How do you become a YouTuber? Like, what are your best tips? So I'd love to hear from you about this journey because it's so much more fresh for you, right? Like when people ask me this, I'm like 10 years in, I'm like, I don't know.
You're like a seasoned. Yeah.
You know, like just start posting content. Tell us about this journey a little bit. And like, where are you with the YouTube channel and everything? How many subscribers now?
Roughly 350.
Okay.
1,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And to sit here and say those words out loud is like my mind. You know, the me like 3 years ago is like jumpy for joy, screaming and like can't believe it. Because it's like, you know, you don't think that you'll ever get to that point. And my numbers are obviously very small in comparison to people like you. Obviously, you've been on for a long time. You have a gigantic...
It doesn't even matter though, because it's all about the engagement and the community. And you've got this engaged community. I love seeing. They're obsessed with you. People come up to me. I will be at my like events and people are like, where is Nikki?
That breaks my heart because the fact that I'm not there just breaks my heart.
You're like, where's
breaks my heart.
I fully expected to see Nikki and I'm like, I'm here.
Like, well, I'm here.
No. I love it so much because I really do feel like you've just grown this community.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to see. And I love that for you so much.
You. And, you know, we talked about this on the previous episode, but you know, you've been one of my biggest cheerleaders and the person that has been in my ear saying like, you can do it. Do it. You can do it.
Stop posting your clients. Post your face.
Oh my gosh. You have gotten on my case for years about that. Years. And it was so funny because gosh, we have so much to unpack. I feel like I could just...
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay.
We're doing it.
But like really quickly to talk about like clients and posting clients on Instagram and stuff. For 10 years, could not grow on Instagram. I could not grow. And I never posted myself.
Yep.
You know, I never posted myself. And it took only 4 years ago that I started posting myself. Literally.
Not just a picture of herself, like not like a lifestyle Instagram or like,
because I would do those every once in a while and you know, they'd always get like more engagement.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like really just sharing the knowledge and the tips that you have.
Yeah. But it took me to post myself where all of a sudden I started growing. And it was like this miraculous thing. It was like, wait, hold on, you mean I'm getting followers? Like I've been at this for so long, trying so hard to build my presence on Instagram, trying to build my following, grow my following, and it was never happening. And then you told me for years, stop posting your clients, post yourself. And I was like, why?
Because people want to see you and connect with you and learn from you.
But that never clicked. Until recently. Anyway,
Well, in the last few years.
It took me a minute, but I'm like a stubborn Capricorn, so it took him a while to get there. I'm like,
So it's about you. And I think that's something that people don't realize with social media is it's so much easier to grow yourself, which was a learning lesson for me too. Remember when I started Mixed Makeup, I was trying to produce everybody else. I was trying to bring on so many other people and have them on the channel. And it wasn't until I finally just focused on me being the main personality on the channel that it started to really have its moment.
Yeah. I always say when I'm talking to people, I'm like, YouTube is the best thing I ever did for my career.
Yep.
It's the most fulfilling, rewarding, satisfying. It's like my baby. It really is. It's been like the most incredible thing I've ever done for my career. And I've had a great career.
Yeah,
I've had
you've got a great career.
I have worked so hard and so long and on so many different things. But this by far, like when I look back on my career, like this is the most special to me.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Is that wild to hear?
Yes.
I know. I never would have thought I'd say that.
I know. Well, okay, let's talk about money. You don't have to tell everybody what you make, obviously, but I think that was, I remember in talking to you years ago, like one of the reasons why, there were several reasons why you weren't ready to like jump into social media content creation full time.
So many reasons.
There were so many reasons. One being that you were so like committed to being a pro makeup artist, which is like a whole other conversation.
Yes, I know.
But two, it was truly money also, right? Like it's scary to hop into social media not knowing if you'll be able to make money, right? So what would you say to people thinking about that? Because I think there is like, people just assume if you're on YouTube, you must be making so much money and everything. But in the beginning,
that's a really big misconception.
You make very little on ad revenue, and sponsorships are even hard, right?
It took me a year to get a single paycheck. Yeah. And I remember when I got my first paycheck on YouTube, I was like, this is a fluke.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be really happening. So I blew it on a dinner. Yeah. Me and Mitch went to dinner and we were like, well, we don't know when this is going to happen again, so let's just go all out.
Mitch is her husband.
Mitch is my husband. I assume everyone knows, but we went out and just spent the entire check. Yeah. That was it. It was gone. Because I didn't think it was going to come back, and it would seem so like...
So it was like it was like Monopoly money,
you know?
It was like a celebratory dinner or something like that,
And, it took... this is an ongoing thing, and I'm 3 years into being a YouTube content creator, right? And I still have this internal struggle of juggling being an actual working makeup artist and going on set and holding on to my clients that I love dearly. I love my clients. Yeah. That's the thing. That's been like the hardest thing.
I feel like I've had to like almost like hold your hand and be like, just drop the client, drop this one. I know she really does love her clients.
And I'm so loyal to a fault, but just trying to juggle doing both has been such a hard thing. And it's also a scary thing, right? Because both scenarios, they're not guaranteed, right? So like content creation, YouTube money, it's not guaranteed. Same with freelance makeup artistry. That money is not guaranteed. So both are like these unsteady worlds in my head that I'm battling out. So for me to like let go of one seems impossible. Yeah. Because in my head, I'm a Capricorn, right? I'm a worker. I don't lose jobs. I keep clients forever. I will hold on to you forever. I'm so loyal. And I want to do it all. Yep. So part of the reason why I haven't cut down really much at all is because it's so scary, Yeah. It's the unknown.
It is the unknown.
And I know I'll change my mind as I keep going and stuff, but
you've seen the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to making money as a content creator, right?
Yeah. And it's helped because I've realized this year alone that I can't do every single thing at all times. Like I am holding on for dear life. Yeah. I am like at the edge of my seat every single day, trying to fit in everything that I need to fit in. Clients, shoots, shooting YouTube, shooting content for social media. I'm lucky and I'm grateful enough that I'm getting brand deals. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for that. It's something I never would have thought would be in my vocabulary to say I'm getting brand deals. And so it's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot. I feel like I'm a juggler and this is my daily thing. Yeah. Like I'm juggling multiple hats.
I know. And I think that people need to be mentally prepared for that. That, like I remember when I started content creation, I quit my day job as a beauty editor, but
it was
so scary. Still needed to make some kind of money. So then we started production for other brands, right? Yeah. We were like, we're going to work with brands on their production to be able to bring in money. Because at that time, there weren't even, brand deals were so not a thing. They were not abundant the way that they are now. Yeah. And so it was like, we had to pitch ideas to brands. Yeah. And so it was so hard to have to like juggle this whole, I'm a producer and we're editing and creating content for for people, for dermatologists, plastic surgeons, for brands. And then I'm also trying to grow this channel that's like not making any money. And then I think for me back then, it took like 5 years to truly feel like we were making money.
Yeah.
Like money that could support it and I wouldn't have to get a job. And I started to then move away from my clients that were my brand, like the producing clients, right?
Yeah.
And so that was such a relief when I finally said no. But I remember the feeling of holding on.
It's just a scary thing.
Well, I think it's also managing your money as a content creator, because you can come into a lot of money suddenly that you weren't used to when you're a content creator, because sometimes you do get paid very well. But I mean, there is the flip side of it. Like you're saying, I've seen people just go all out. They get some money and then they just spend it on everything and they have nothing saved. And you don't actually know how long this continues. I feel like everybody has like their height as a content creator. I don't think you've reached your height yet.
No.
But
you would know.
Yeah.
There would be signs.
Yeah. I love that trend.
There would be signs.
I wouldn't tell everybody I won the lottery, but there would be
I'd have a farm of chihuahuas.
I know you would. You absolutely would. But I feel like I hit my height. And I like knew I was at my height and I was so happy with that. And now I've like really like settled into like, I did it. I was there. And I feel like people don't realize though that because it's not even that people might get sick of watching you or that you don't have any more to contribute. It's that you might get burnt out.
Yeah.
As a content creator, because there's only so much of the same thing you can talk about over and over again. And so I feel like people aren't thinking about that. This isn't like a career where you're becoming a doctor and you can be a doctor for years and years and years and become like, you know, be 80 years old. And as long as you're a fully functioning person, you could still probably be a doctor.
Right.
But content creator, we still don't even know how far this goes, right?
No. And I think that's something that keeps me up at night, to be honest.
Really?
Absolutely. And it's something that I talk to my husband, Mitch, about this all the time, because it's me and Mitch that run the whole YouTube, right? Yep. And I couldn't do it without him. There's no way.
I mean,
tried.
I see. He produces you. Like he directs you.
Yes. Well, he does, and then we get a fight. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But,
and directs you. I don't mean like he tells her what to say.
He's
or
like my
like
Anna.
Yes. I have Anna, my producer,
Mitch
and they keep us in check.
Yeah. And I've watched Anna for years. I thought, gosh, she's so good at her. She's so good at what she does.
Yeah.
Always been impressed.
She's not allowed to leave my side.
Everyone needs an Anna.
Yeah.
Okay. So I found that in Mitch, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's something that keeps me up at night thinking, you know, what if people just get tired of me?
Yeah.
What if I've taught them? What if one day I wake up or I post a video and they're like, okay, you know what? I have learned everything I possibly can from Nikki and I'm done.
But that's actually okay. I think this actually happens all the time, especially for someone like me who like focuses on skincare. No. Yeah. But you get a new set of people.
Right.
Which is why sometimes recycling content topics is actually really important.
Absolutely. And I find that when I'm looking at content that I posted a long time ago, right? It's essentially evergreen because new people are finding it. New people are finding like I do these huge hauls where I buy every foundation that's sold at Sephora. Or I buy every blush that's sold at Sephora. New people find those videos when they're searching like those general topics. So every time I stress out and I think, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose sleep at night. I'm pulling my hair out, worrying about the what ifs of like, just what if it goes away? What if people don't need me anymore? I do have to sit down, relax, and realize there's always people that need this information. There's always a new generation that's coming up that has no idea how to do their makeup, that has no idea how to contour, how to place their blush, you know, all those things. So,
and there's always new makeup products.
Oh, well, that is like...
It's endless. It's endless.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's endless.
I find myself right there with the everyday consumer who's getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I find myself in that same category because I also feel this now overwhelming pressure to, and gladly, by the way, but it is a pressure to try everything that's new, to give my opinion on these new launches and whether or not they're worth it and all that stuff. So I find myself in that same category of being overwhelmed as a consumer.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's so much that is coming out.
I feel the same way. Okay, well, take us through your schedule so that somebody that's like, okay, I want to start a YouTube channel. I hear this all the time, by the way. People who have like really done well on TikTok or on Instagram, they're like, next is a YouTube channel. And I actually say to some people, I'm like, I don't know if you could do a YouTube channel because it is a whole different direction. It's a different kind of viewer. You have to engage them longer. You have to have, it's just a different place to grow content. So tell us through, take us through kind of like your schedule, your everyday, how often you're posting, just so that people have an idea.
Okay, so my schedule is a nightmare. Yeah. So we'll maybe glaze over that. I wish I could sit here and say on Monday I film my next week's Saturday video.
Yep.
On Tuesday or on Wednesday, I do this. Every week is like fly by the edge of your seat in Nikki and Mitch land. Okay. It's like, wake up. What do we have to get done? You know, like, oh, wait, hold on. I got to film this video before I go to work, or I have to film this video after I get home from work. And I know I choose this, and it's because I love to do it all. I want to do it all, and I'm intent on doing it all, right? So yeah, the schedule doesn't exist. It's like, get it done whenever I possibly can. But for me, like, as far as like what I actually post, I post 2 long form videos a week on YouTube.
Tell everybody that don't know, what does long form mean?
So long form is like your long form YouTube video, right?
Like a 20 to 30 minute.
Yeah. So, well,
longer for you sometimes because you've got
yes.
a haul that
so
could
for
be
me,
like 100
it's a little
products.
different. And we'll get into that. But for me, it's a little different. My videos could be up to an hour, up to 2 hours. They're usually at least 30 minutes. I will say that. It's usually like my sweet spot is about 30 minutes. So 2 long form, meaning like over 30 or roughly 30 minutes videos a week on Tuesday and Saturday. I started out just doing Saturdays.
Yep.
And in order to grow at the speed that I've grown, I increased it. And just doing 1 video a week was great. And I was seeing, great growth, but I wanted to grow more because I felt like I had all this catch up to do. I started YouTube so much later in life in my head. I started YouTube when I was 35.
Yeah.
So it felt like I already did a whole 16 years of being a makeup artist prior to that. So it felt like I was starting from scratch, and I felt like I had to catch up. I had to play catch up. So in order to play catch up, I needed to post more than what the average was, right? So 2 long form videos. And I also started incorporating lives, and I've been doing lives for almost 2 years. Usually every Sunday. However, I was sick last week. I missed it. Life happens, right? So I upload a lot, needless to say.
Yeah.
It was funny because when I first started YouTube and I was posting just on Saturdays, at the time, Mitch, my husband, who produces my YouTube, he is my editor. He's my lighting genius. He's my sound guy.
All of it.
All of it. He is my analytics. He helps with so much of the back end and overall production. So at the time I was starting out, I was posting just on Saturdays. I was wanting to grow much more. But Mitch at the time was working full-time for a hair brand, a really big hair brand, full-time, 40 plus hours a week plus commuting. So poor guy did not have time to edit another full-length video to get that up per week. He was barely getting our Saturday videos done in time.
Yeah.
And when I say barely getting our Saturday videos done, he was working till like sometimes 3 a.m. on a Friday night to get our Saturday video uploaded by 6 a.m. on a Saturday.
I remember the stress you used to feel about this. You didn't even want to take sponsored content because you were worried about getting these deadlines in.
I couldn't. Yeah, I just couldn't. And so I was desperate to add, I had so much more to give, and I wanted to grow more. I wanted to broaden my audience. I wanted to reach more people. So I was so obsessed with adding another video to our weekly schedule. And the only way for me to do that was to be able to film something on my own, not dependent on Mitch helping me, and not depend on Mitch being able to edit it in time for it to go up. Because there was no way that guy could do it unless he just stopped sleeping altogether. Unless he just eliminates sleep, okay? And eating.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to come up, let's do like 1 video a week that's completely uncut. No cuts, no edits, nothing. That was the only feasible way that I could get another video up per week and have it be possible. Because I didn't have the money to like hire an editor. And also like train someone to have like the same eye and do it the way that Mitch and I are wanting it to look, right? So we're like, let's just do an uncut video. So that's what started Nikki Uncut. And Nikki Uncut is my Tuesday video. And, God willing, unless I like sneeze in the middle of it, we don't cut those videos. And all it takes is Mitch to do a thumbnail, add music to the end, and it's done.
Has it done well?
It's done great. And I remember talking to you about it. Do you want to bring that up? I remember talking to you about this, and I thought that I had, so my idea, this was like, 2 years ago now. And I brought to Susan, right? Because Susan is like, who you go to when you need advice on YouTube. Like, Susan is like Yoda. Okay. Susan is the Yoda of YouTube. So of course I go to Yoda and I'm like, Yoda, what do you think? I have this idea. Mitch can't edit another video. I want to upload another video during the week. I'm thinking of doing an uncut, but I'm like, I don't think it could live on my regular channel. I'm thinking about starting a separate channel for it. She looked at me and laughed. You and Anna. And you're like, Anna, Nikki wants to add this video, but she wants to do it on like a different channel. And Anna was like, why? And I'm like, okay, that right there says it all. Thank you. Best advice was just telling me cold turkey.
Put it on your channel.
And I did. And of course, it's like, oh my gosh, what was I even, why would I even think that?
Why another channel? Grow another channel?
I don't know.
That's so much work. How exhausting.
I know. It's like a roller coaster I was on, but so it's been great. And it was a way for me to get that extra video up. And people love it. And it's fun.
Yeah. I feel like people have really gotten to know you and Mitch because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love that.
It's hard not to incorporate your personal life. And I'm sure, I know this feeling, obviously.
People love hearing about your personal life though. So it's like.
And I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, every time I doubt it and I second guess and I think I shouldn't be so myself, or I shouldn't like talk about even like little things like my dogs. Like, people don't want to hear about my dogs. They don't care. But when I'm watching someone else on YouTube, I'm more engaged and I'm more interested and I'm more like dedicated to watching those people's videos if they do throw in and like at least sprinkle in some of their real life, because I want to know who I'm watching, on some level, not like on the deepest level, but like on some level. So yeah, it's been good. It's scary, but
it's definitely scary to open yourself up. And if I'm being really honest, now
the whole thing's scary.
Yeah, the whole thing is scary.
Let's be
like,
real.
Like for sure, something that I took a step back on when I started to focus more on my skincare brand as my actual career in business is that I started to remove my personal life, especially my children.
I remember this
from social media, and that because it is really scary to have that all out there. And as much as it, I'd say more so, it's positive. You have all these people that know you. I feel like I've got friends all over the place, people that know who I am. Yeah. And like, we can have a conversation. Like, at the same time, you realize it is very scary to have so much of your personal information out there. And it was definitely one of the first things that I removed from the internet was a lot of my personal life. My engagement has definitely taken a toll from it, but I don't care at this point. Like, it's okay with me that
you reached a different point.
Totally different. Yeah. But I do think that having a little personalization and your life out there is helpful if you want to grow, because people want to, people want to connect with a person on social media.
And it makes sense. Like, do you want to watch a robot?
No.
No, I don't either.
No. Exactly.
Do you want to take advice from a robot?
No.
No. Exactly. You want to feel like, and that's honestly goes back to the beauty and the power, and it goes back to how amazing YouTube really is as a platform. I would ditch TikTok and Instagram any day of the week and only pour my heart into YouTube. YouTube is like my baby, because YouTube is the platform that, and not that you can't be yourself on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram, but YouTube, you're really able to build relationships with people that it's not the same on those other platforms, because you're able to post these long form videos and really show people who you are. And you get to know your audience, and you actually can really create, like, I'm telling you, like, you don't know, but like, you're the master at, like, what I'm talking about. But YouTube is like such a beautiful place when you think about it, because it's so magical in that way. Yeah. Whereas like anywhere else, it's kind of like fleeting. People come in and they pop in your DMs and they ghost you and then they're gone. But like YouTube, like, they're there. Yeah. Like, they are with you. And once they find you, they stick with you.
Yeah. I love that so much.
It's so loyal.
Nikki, I love hearing you say this. There's a lot of like, I can see like you have really come into this and you are owning it. And I love it so, so much.
I'm telling you, it's been like, I'm not kidding when I say it's been the best thing I've ever done for my career. Yeah. Because it's been just, I can't even tell you how rewarding it has been just helping people. I love people. Yeah. And I love helping people. And I think one of the other things too about like my channel that's different is like, I want to help people, and I also don't gatekeep anything.
I think that your community knows that.
Yeah.
I love
like,
that.
I will tell you exactly what to do. Yeah. I'm not holding out on you. I'm not keeping like the industry secrets. I will put all of those industry secrets and all my tricks of the trades on blast. I will tell you everything that actually works.
Let's talk about lives, because I think one of the things that you did that was completely different from me, that I was like very intrigued by, was that you committed to lives every single week. Yeah. Tell everybody why that has been a big part of your channel, because I have been so impressed by this. Oh. I mean, you guys, I have to tell you, we went to Europe, okay? Oh, yeah. We did like 3 cities.
My Europe lives were fun.
And she was still going live, like while we're in Paris. We're exhausted, like jet lag. And this woman is going live still. Yeah. Like,
I've done them in like Vegas. I've done them in like New York. I've done many lives. Yeah. So lives have been really important for my YouTube channel, because talk about like showing your real personality and like who you really are. It is like the purest way for my audience to connect with me and really get to know like who I really am. Because when they're watching like other videos on my channel, like especially like my Saturday uploads, for example, those are like, they are cut down, they are polished, they are edited, they are brought to you in a box with a bow on it, right? But I think having that complete polar opposite of seeing me in a live where my dogs are barking, maybe I'm trying a new product that does not work out, or Mitch is walking through, my husband, or like, things, real life is happening. I think the stark contrast between my over-polished videos and then my lives have been a huge part of growing my community, to be honest, because it's really allowed people to get to know me on a deeper level, like a much deeper level. And they're fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to see like that huge difference between someone who's just like, okay, now I'm going to teach you this. Now I'm going to do this. And then, well, this looks like crap. Like you're like that huge difference, right? So it's been a huge help in growing my audience and just having them get to know me on a deeper level.
Tell us how often are you going live?
Okay. So, I am human. Let me preface this by saying that I am human. I got sick last week and I'm actually going to have to miss my another Sunday upload soon. But I, generally speaking, go live every Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's an hour long and it's a lot of fun. It's chaos, but it's a ton of fun. And I'll do like different themes. Like we'll do like a 5-minute face, or I'll test new PR, I'll open new PR. There's always like some kind of theme usually, but they're a blast. They're a way for me and my audience to just have fun and like connect.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I always tell them too at the end, I'm like, this is more for me than it is for you. Because I have so much fun doing this. I enjoy this just as much as you enjoy hopefully watching it, So
is there anything that we can expect? I know that you launched merch recently, and how has that been? Are there other things?
There are so many things that I've been working on for not just in recent time, but since for like probably like 3 years, close to 4 years now. There's always things in the works. Lots and lots of things I've been working on for a long time. So hopefully they will actually come out eventually. But, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't say much, but there's lots, rest assured, lots of things in the pipeline, lots of things we worked on, all really fun, really exciting, and really useful.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
I love that so much. Yeah. Nikki, I'm so proud of you. I really am.
You.
I
could cry.
Don't even say the word cry because I'll start crying.
I've been on the verge all week.
I know. I am so happy for you. I love you. I love Mitch. Tell him I said hello.
I will.
Haven't seen him for so long.
So excited for this. I love you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored.
Where can everyone find you?
Everywhere is Makeup by Nikki La Rose. So easy,
Easy peasy.
There's no different names. Just Makeup by Nikki La Rose across the board. Website, everything.
And she is going to just keep on growing. So go find her.
Thank you. Really grateful to have you in my life.
I love you.
I love you so much.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of My Life Online. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to follow, rate, and review, and also share it with a friend so we can continue making great episodes for you. You can also find me on social media. I'm at Susan Yara, and if you enjoy beauty, especially skincare, make sure to check out my YouTube channel, Mixed Makeup. I'll talk to you soon.